Good morning, babes. We're going to do a little tarot to get connected to the energy. Definitely a death rebirth moment. A lot of things crumbling, a lot of things being balanced out. I'd like to call in anybody who needs this powerful message, who needs to be activated or inspired or have their energy shifted or disrupted. Please join us live now. Angels and guides, please get us a message. Okay, that one. Yeah, okay. A lot of you guys are going to start collaborating, okay? After a period, I'm hearing a season of darkness. I hope you're seeing this. Are you serious right now? I can't even deal. Wow. I honestly don't think I've ever pulled so many cards from the bottom in my entire fucking life. It's almost laughable. Okay. But of course, I know that it's not because I've done this enough times to know that it's not normal. Things have been moving super slow, y'all. Some of you guys have been waiting for a payout. Some of you guys have been sitting like at I'm seeing like an empty gas tank as an analogy for your life. You've just been sitting on empty, like waiting for something to come in. And hey Google, volume all the way down. Waiting for something to come in and kind of carry you the rest of the way. So if you were on a journey and your car was on E, you wouldn't be able to continue the journey. Spirit's saying, we're about to give you what you need. We're about to give you what you need to continue this journey, okay? The fighting is over. Whatever you've been fighting for, whatever has been keeping you in the dark, whatever's been making you feel left out, like you weren't able to access this key, this door, is being removed right now by spirit and also by you because you're choosing to cut out things that don't serve you, okay? So this is for the people that are cutting out things that don't serve them. If you're doing all the same old stuff and you're expecting different results, this is for a future version of you. If this is you now and you're sitting in your power and you're saying, you know what, I understand that spirit put me on pause with my finances and whatever else might have felt stuck so that I could learn, so that I could grow and gain perspective. That's what's going to unlock these new beginnings, okay? You've got Justice with the, Knight of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Wands. Sorry, my brain. Ugh. Yeah, 6 of Wands. It's like when you choose to tune into your passion and have fun and be vibrant and playful again and remember curiosity and remember what your inner child feels like. And remember that every time you've had a setback, you've always found a way to overcome it with God's help, of course, with the divine by your side. That's what's going to unlock it all. Justice is coming in, okay? It's a decision that you make to keep going no matter what. It's a decision you make, like, doesn't matter how slowly I'm going to go, I'm never going to stop going. That's when Spirit's like, okay, cool, here you go. Now you can fill up your tank to keep moving forward. This is where you're ultimately meant to be. Okay, I do largely lately read for chosen ones and people that are, she says, throwing the card on the ground, people that are ascending at a rapid rate in order to turn around and guide others. So everyone's ascending, the whole world is ascending, but there are certain ones that I'm supposed to wake up. I'm seeing me like shaking you, wake you up, get you into your power so that you can start leading and guiding others. Okay, so this is for you. If this is resonating for you, then you are one of these people. I'm also here to awaken the general collective to the fact that we are ascending and give them tools and stuff. So if you're still resonating with me and that part doesn't resonate, there's plenty of messages here for you as well. But some of you guys are meant to step into the spotlight and share your gifts, and you're going to unlock magic for the entire world, especially for you and your family lineage. You could be a chosen one here to heal your intergenerational trauma for your family lineage, okay? You focusing on your own healing, you focusing on creating the life of your dreams is going to unlock movement for everyone, is what I'm hearing, okay? And I got this message yesterday about myself, again, for the millionth time, that I'm an anchor for this particular part of the world. I anchor in love and light through doing meditation, through basically being walking meditation throughout my daily life, like my entire life. This is my life. I don't have a job. This is my job. You know what I mean? This isn't a side gig. This is my entire life. I went all in on this. I gave up a lucrative business to do this work full time. I moved to LA on a whim because God told me to. Like, I'm a full-time servant of spirit. When we do this work for ourselves to heal and balance, we do it for the entire collective. We create movement in the entire collective energy. So the movement that you're creating in your own life is changing the world. All right. The manipulations that you're doing in your own life energetically from a grounded, intentional, positive place is really unlocking love and balance and union with spirit for everyone. You're here to show us what union with the divine looks like. Okay, some of you guys have been holding back your gifts, I'm hearing. You've been holding back maybe because you're afraid, and maybe some of you guys were ostracized in your family, or maybe you talked about some of the gifts that you might have, spiritual gifts I'm talking about specifically, although all gifts are relevant right now. But say, for example, you hear voices like me, or clairaudient, or say, for example, you see visions or into other dimensions like me, clairvoyance. And as a child, your family was like, you're crazy, that's not real. It is real, and you're not crazy. And it's time to start opening this bag of tricks, I'm hearing. Releasing all of your gifts out for the world to share in. Because you guys have so much to offer. You're here to help ground us. I'm really getting this. Like, you're here to anchor in love. Like I said, you're here to anchor in peace by being a walking meditation. Okay, so if you're out there stirring up, drama and everything, this is probably not for you, or this is trying to get you on the right track. But for those of you that are focused on your goals, that are really in tune with spirit, that are basically in full service and surrender, like I was talking about, you're here to anchor in that love and that peace for the entire world. There have been studies done about meditation, how people meditating in one part of a city will decrease crime, throughout that part of the city for a specific amount of time. It does change the world. You going inward and being hung upside down, being shifted, your perspective is shifted when you're put on pause, when certain parts of your life aren't flowing as easily as what your ego would want them to flow, like finances and, you know what I mean, whatever resources you feel like you might lack. That's what's actually going to open this portal. And I'm hearing it's also going to open portals to other spiritual gifts that you might not have tapped into yet, because perhaps there's been a lot of darkness. This could represent spiritual warfare. I've never ever said that about this card, but right now it feels like maybe there's some people working in the dark, just kind of like trying to throw you off. Spirit's saying, I sent them. Okay. I've never said anything like this. Spirit's saying, I sent them because I needed you to unlock these gifts within you. So if there's some kind of shisty energy happening, it's not an attack on you for no reason. And it's not an attack on you from the devil. It's actually an attack on you. It's not an attack. It's like a way of pushing you to access deeper resources within you. Your spiritual gifts. All right, you're being hung upside down. You're being put on pause to access your spiritual gifts. I'm hearing you're opening the portal. Okay, I don't know who here has seen Stranger Things. I'm not talking about a portal to a dimension like that, though those do exist. What I'm talking about is a portal to the heavens. That's what I'm hearing. The portal to the divine. You're the one opening the portal, but it's through feeling pressed on by darkness or lack or whatever it is that you're going through. And I've gone through all of it in the 10 years that I've been on this journey. You're being pushed on by spirit to expand beyond your limited scope right now. It's time to start letting loose. It's time to start getting playful. I'm even seeing this as somebody like spinning fire. You could be a poi person or fire spinner or a dancer, whatever it is, but you're meant to like express, have fun, let your inner light shine and guide others like your inner child, your dreams that you've had since you were a child. You're a leader. And so when you share your dreams, everyone benefits because they get to see the world through your eyes. And you might take yourself for granted and think that you're average, but you're not average. And people want to work with you. People really value your point of view, your perspective, the choice of words that come out of your mouth, like the way that you carry yourself, the way that you handle yourself. They really like you and they see your integrity and they want to be a part of whatever it is that you're creating, okay? This is for me too, Spirit's saying this is for you too. And so if you feel called to collaborate with me, for example, and Spirit's saying it to both of us now for a reason, reach out to me. I won't say yes to just anything, but it never hurts to ask. And there's a hummingbird right outside my window. So you could have a really intense connection with animals like me. I'm absolutely in love with them. They keep me sane. It's time to start talking about the things that you love because other people need to be inspired by you is what I'm hearing. And your heart. A lot of you guys have a really, I'm hearing winning heart. That's cute. You have a very, I'm hearing fetching heart. Like I don't even know who's talking through me right now, but it's cute. Your heart is very pure, okay? It's very radiant. You're very childlike in your ability to love unconditionally, and your like undying hope for humanity. You just have a lot of love, and you want this celebration to be for everyone. You don't want this to just be for you. This represents marriage and victory and graduation and success and like the end of a long, hard road. You made it. This doesn't just represent you in your mind. You want this to be the entire collective winning with you. And this certainly relates to me too. You know, I don't get on here, I don't get paid for this. This is just me getting on here every day to like lift the collective vibration, to bring peace and something special and different and unique to the world at a time when it really is needed. And so that's why it's so important for you to show up right now, because every little thing you do matters. I'm hearing every little thing she does is magic. Everything she do just turns me on. So maybe you're gifted in a lot of different ways that people don't realize yet, and it's time for you to just start being playful and sharing those gifts with the world. Okay? The Queen of Pentacles in reverse with the Eight of Cups in reverse. I just get that some of you guys are, by not walking away from the things that aren't serving you, it's a really cute version of that card, you guys might be blocking your blessings and also blocking the kind of royal part of you. Some of you guys know that you were royalty in past lives, that you are meant to be like the equivalent energetically of royalty in this life, okay? And this isn't for everyone. And those of you that that's not for, it's still important for you to walk away from what doesn't serve you, because you're not going to get into your highest timeline until you do. Spirit's saying, I'm blocking all of it until you follow orders, basically. And some of us are rebellious as fuck. And so I get it. Sometimes we hear somebody talk about orders and being subservient. These are not the words that would have ever left my mouth in any other context other than the divine. I don't take orders except for from Spirit. So it's different. You need to shift your perspective is what I'm hearing. Three of Cups. Yeah, you guys are being, I'm feeling emotional. You guys are going to be collaborating soon with some seriously powerful individuals. And it's because you guys are seriously powerful. And you're calling in these powerful individuals because you are ready to let go of this lack mindset. Okay, again, I talked about this the other day. This reminds me of the rose from Beauty and the Beast. And anybody who's watched that movie knows that there's a rose that represents the amount of time he has in order to transform before this, like, anyway. The point is, it represents transformation. It represents death, rebirth. It represents starting over. It represents grace, God's grace, basically. And again, I'm not religious, okay? Everyone's welcome here. When I talk about God, I'm not talking about that, whatever you think. Yeah, I'm not talking about a vengeful God. All right, I do believe in Judgment Day, in that because I've been hearing a lot about it from Spirit, because karma is real, and whatever it is that we've been giving out is what we get back. And that is what is happening right now. It's been happening for a couple decades, I'm hearing, but it's going to start getting more intense. All right, it's time for us to let this rebirth happen. When you imagine the Beauty and the Beast, you know, he was such a mean-spirited person who basically turned away an angel who came to bless his life. But she didn't look like what he thought an angel would look like. She looked like a poor person. And he treated her like garbage, and she cursed him. And basically, until he could like soften his heart and learn to love and be a decent human, he was going to remain cursed. And he did. And Belle came along and softened his heart. And I seriously feel emotional. And I know it's so dorky because it's a Disney movie, but those movies really impacted me as a young person. And they have messages for all of us, okay? It's not just a silly movie. Page of Pentacles. It's time for you. I'm just seeing this as like a child. I'm not even reading this like the normal card. She just looks like a really innocent child. She looks like she's bringing life to the environment around her. She's got her water thing hung over her shoulder. She's like caring for this flower, and that she's hanging out with this dragonfly. She just looks like she's one with nature, like a pixie or a fae, a fairy. And I feel like that when you step into that part of you in harmony, in union, yeah, I'm seeing it here again. Just somebody who's in union with the divine, but also with this earth, with everything around us, with the animals, with the other people too, because they are included. When you just start loving your life and having fun and being joyful again, finding that innocence and curiosity no matter what's going on, that's what children do. They always find something, all right, at their core at least. I grew up in poverty and like in hardcore struggle, and so I wasn't spoiled. I wasn't one of those kids that throws tantrums over stupid stuff, because we had so little. You find the magic in every day. That's what's going to unlock this, okay? You're really special. I think some of you guys just don't understand that you're really special, that your unique energy cannot be replicated by anyone on this planet. And the sooner you start realizing that, the more you're going to bless this earth with your energy. Your unique presence and purpose matters, is what I'm hearing. I'm also having visions of like famous people in Hollywood. And interestingly, I live in West Hollywood now. Spirit guided me to move here. So small town Oregon girl is in LA. But I've been having visions of people, of Hollywood stars for years now. And I think it's because we're all part of this awakening. People aren't put in high places for no reason. They're put there because they're supposed to impact the collective. All right, the Emperor just came out with the Devil in reverse. I feel like, wow, okay, the message I'm getting here is very strongly that we're leaving one type of rulership, that's a word, one type of era of like ruling for another. This like backward, dark energy, people that are toxic, that want to control others, that want to be empowered to have power over others, versus someone who's standing in their own power, who's balanced, who's of a divine essence, who's plugged into their divinity, who cares for themselves, who loves themselves and loves others. This is the difference. And it doesn't matter your gender, but this is you. This represents you. This represents the old paradigm, the old rulings, the old people in power. This represents you and why it's important for you to step into your power. And why it's important for you to tap into your inner child, because your inner child is the one guiding you toward the light, is what I'm hearing. If you stay plugged into your ego or even your adult self is going to focus on negative stuff. That's what adult selves do. They're programmed that way in this culture. Okay, so plug into your inner child. Find that innocence again. Get out of your head and into your heart. Get out of your head and in judgment. Okay, oh, I don't have this. Well, what do you have? Let's count our blessings today. Instead of counting all the things that we don't have, let's count all the things we do have and find gratitude for them. Small seeds. You know, there are people who are given billions or millions of dollars and then, you know, they make magic out of that, but that's easy. What can you do with nothing or with like barely anything? Can you make something out of a small seed? Can you build something? Hell yeah, you can. Hell fucking yeah, you can. And I know that because I came from nothing and I built a lot of things and I made a lot of money from those things. I walked away from all of it to do this and walk into poverty and move to LA with $200 and a dream in my heart. But the point is, I do know how to make magic out of nothing. And the thing is, it's not nothing. It's always something. There's always something to work with in the energy, all right? Manipulate, if you want to call it that, that's not a negative word unless it's a negative intent, okay? We manipulate energy all the time. And I'm also watching a crow get chased by another bird. There's a lot of like interesting energies happening right now. And it's like, okay, this is the seed. Spirit's saying, this is the seed that we're handing you. This is what it's going to lead you. This is where it's going to lead you. Are you strong enough? Do you believe in yourself enough? Are you fierce enough? Do you have the audacity enough to step fully into your power from this small seed to say, I'm a fucking queen, goddess, God, non-binary version of that, to reign over the kingdom that you came here to reign over? And when I say that, I don't mean to control others. I mean to lead with love, okay? To lead with love. It's a very different energy, and I do feel emotional. Your heart is very pure, okay? Again, this is not for everyone. It's time for you to get curious about life again. It's time for you to start healing your inner child. If you've had the kind of inner child trauma that I've had, not inner child, like actual childhood trauma, it's going to take a lot of time and energy and honesty and dedication to really serve and honor that part of you, to transform it. Much in the same way, different, but much in the same way as this Beauty and the Beast analogy. If you remain unhealed from all that trauma, you're just going to start perpetuating more of it, and you might go around hurting other people because you've been hurt. That's pretty much what people do. That's what they do. They're not aware of it. It's unconscious. Okay, that's what most of our parents did that had hard lives. The Two of Cups just came out. As much as I try not to like talk about love, top of the deck, it feels like it's just coming out all the time now. Oops. And it's because we're coming together as a species, I'm hearing. We're coming together. And also, I'm really getting that some of us are twin flames and we're coming together. Okay? And this doesn't necessarily, I don't believe in someone being your other half and that you're not whole without them. What I believe in, though, is people coming into our lives to reflect our weaknesses and our strengths and help us become our best selves. Okay? We do that. We're in charge of that. But they can be a reflection. And that's what a lot of us are calling in that have been on this path, that have been fully dedicated and in service to spirit. You're calling it in because you're standing in your power and you're owning your gifts And you're also willing to start small. I'm hearing you're willing to be humble. You're willing to be turned upside down. I just feel a curiosity with y'all that I don't often feel. And I've been feeling that way, the High Priestess. You guys are very curious, but you're also very tapped in. It's just a matter of letting go. I want to remember what I was just about to say. P.S. Please remind me, Spirit. But we have to stop looking in the direction of things that aren't going well, okay? I could sit around and talk about, you know, how I feel lack in this area and that area, and fear. I feel fear in this area and that area. But instead I focus on the things that are going to build me up and help me create more abundance in my life. It's time to start focusing on the things that are going well. These 2 cups are still full. This person's facing the things that are gone. And it's like, what a waste of time, first of all. Second of all, don't lose focus, dude. If you still have a roof over your head, if you still have food in your fridge, even if you don't have a lot, you have enough to get you through today, dude, you have things to be grateful for. All right? It's time to start tapping into spirit. It's time to start praying and meditating if you're not doing that already. And listening to your inner guidance, because it's trying to take you somewhere safer. This represents a refugee in a boat. And this represents someone fighting for what they believe in, fighting for their beliefs. And some of you guys are being guided into your own magic, into your own power, into your own sovereignty, into your own abundance, financial freedom. I'm talking the kind of freedom where you don't ever have to think about money again, unless it's to think about who you want to bless today. That's where I'm headed. Praise God. That's where I'm headed. I'm headed to a place where when I think about money, it's just like, who am I going to bless today with my money? Because I have so much, because I'm abundant. What kind of nonprofit am I going to create with all this money today? What kind of grants am I going to create to bless others with this money? That's what you're headed toward. But it does involve us resting. So when our nervous system gets kicked up and in a fuss and in a survival mode, we push away everything positive. We do, because we're in survival mode. And then our nervous system is all like overwhelmed, and we're not in alignment with the high vibration things anymore. So even if things are not going well in your life, don't get your nervous system involved. Meditate, calm yourself, pray and ask for help. It helps you feel calm because you know that you're doing something. And if you don't believe in God, you know, it's harder for you to understand why that works. But as a person who's prayed in moments of seriously dire situations and had miracles and breakthroughs happen, I know it's real. Pray, meditate, rest. All right, you guys are here to unlock massive wealth. You're here to unlock stability. You're here to create heaven on earth with your gifts, but you do have to pause. You have to recalibrate. You have to come back to center and understand that you have everything you need to create this. It all starts here. And if we get stuck in negative thoughts, then we're just creating negativity. But if we get up here and we're like, okay, I recognize that I have limitations, perceived limitations here and here and here, but I have strengths here, 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 and here, and here. I'm going to focus there, create some magic, and like double what I have, and then triple what I have, and then quadruple it. And that small seed that you started with turns into this massive, this wasn't even part of what I thought I was picking up, but these cards just came out. Part of this massive awakening, okay? Here you are in power. Here you are glowing. Here you are in your like boss energy. Here you are getting married again. Here you are having that victory, that success, that graduation. I really just feel like you guys are already there is what I'm hearing. A lot of you guys are already there. I heard ascended masters, okay? And I heard ascended masters in the making. Some of you guys are on your way to becoming an ascended master. Some of you have already arrived there. You might not see the fruits of your labor yet, but I tell you they are coming in. Part of your job is to invest. I don't know where the card went that I just saw. I was going to pull it out and talk about it, but I'll just tell you what I was going to say. Some of you guys are here to unlock magic for everyone, and it's important that you start understanding that your limitations, whatever perceived limitations you feel you have, are just happening to bring out those sides of you. If you were never pressed on, diamonds are made under pressure, all right? If you were never pressed on, you would never create magic because you wouldn't be forced to. And again, as a person who grew up in severe poverty and like abuse and darkness and all just horrible dark stuff, I can tell you that a lot of my strength, pretty much all of it, comes from what I've been through. And I wouldn't take back any of it. As painful as it is to live with every day, as difficult as it's been to overcome, I feel grateful. I really do. I feel grateful because I could have easily been handed a different life that was easy, that didn't build character, that didn't help me understand or empathize with others. Trust me, I've met a few of those recently. I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. All right, 3 of Wands, Hierophant, and the 7 of Cups on the ground. It's time to start expecting your ships to come in, okay? Because they are. And the thing is, we create our own reality with our thoughts. So if you're expecting bad news, guess what? You're creating it. If you're expecting good news, guess what? You're fucking creating it, okay? Create some good news by tapping into spirit, by saying, hey, look, spirit, I want to create some good news. Can you help me with that? Yep, great. Let's do this. It's a conversation that we have with the divine. Okay, that's why prayer and meditation is so important. It's basically us checking in with God and being like, hey, what's up? I'm here. What do I need to know? And then setting our intentions. This is what I do every morning before I even get out of bed. And often lately I've been meditating before I even get out of bed as well. Get into some routines, okay? Start pouring into your cup. You're about to have options, all right? Let's not forget the 7 of Cups. It is on the ground. I'm not going to pick it up because I'm closing this out. If you do want a private reading, please go to my website, sacredmuseproject.com. If you don't currently follow me, please do. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Sacred Muse Project and also at Sophia Marie Harrington. Go to my website to learn more about me, to talk about collaborating. I guess I'm pulling one more card. And also, I offer transformational mentorship, one-off sessions and readings, but there's a lot of opportunities to really expand. So I just saw somebody like rubbing 2 sticks together. It felt like an analogy for saying, whatever you have, throw it all in, like invest it, use your resources. Okay, I remember at the beginning of the pandemic, I spent my last $500 working with someone who's way less advanced than I am now. And I'm not laughing because I'm just saying, like, I invested all that money. It seems crazy now. It was like my last money, but I don't regret it because it changed my life. And even if it was a subtle change because the work wasn't really that powerful, I needed to be activated by that person. This card just flipped over out of all of them. And so my point is the Wheel of Fortune with the Tower on the bottom. It's time to start investing in yourself, okay? Whether it's investing in your learning, like maybe you want to go back to school, or maybe you want to learn a new skill, or maybe you just want to invest time learning a new skill on YouTube. Maybe you want to hire someone like me to help you dive into trauma and learn about your inner child and learn about your past and your spiritual gifts and why you're here and all that stuff. Maybe you just want to invest in the way you look, or a new wardrobe, or just feeling different in your own body and your own skin. Whatever changes you make right now are about to change your life, okay? It's kind of like you're in this position where you get to make a decision. Am I going to stay on the same path, or am I going to take a new road? And Spirit's saying, take the new road, okay? We're creating a new reality for you. It's going to turn this Wheel of Fortune right side up because you're ready. Once you take this action, you're ready. Spirit's going to block it until then. Okay, a lot of you guys are like, why isn't this happening? Why isn't this happening? Well, are you doing what you're being asked to do? Oftentimes the answer is no, and I know this because a lot of you guys comment on my videos that I post. Oh, if I did what you're asking me to do, I'd go into financial ruin. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much what I had to do to get here. Okay, and financial ruin, what does that even mean? It's some judgment that somebody put. It's like, my point is that in order to have this divine life, we have to step into the divinity of this moment and say, I trust God to take care of me. And again, if you don't believe in the word God, fill in the blank with whatever it is you resonate with. Goddess. I trust Goddess to take care of me. You know, we can't keep following orders from this paradigm that we created that's dying out and expecting new, beautiful things to come to fruition. What we're supposed to do is create a new paradigm. And in order to do that, we have to be guided by our higher self, whatever you want to call it. Your inner child is part of it too. And then that lightning strikes, everything's rearranged to bring in this big, big, big shift. Big time, never going to be the same ever again kind of shift. And I'm talking major success, overnight success, you know, millions of followers, or, you know, you make that first $1 million, or you get that role of a lifetime, and everybody knows your name, whatever it is that you're working on, your song goes to #1 on the charts. You know what I'm talking about. You have to go all in. We've all seen it happen a million times, but do those people still have their foot in another camp? No, they went all in. Once you decide to do that, you throw all your chips on the table and you say, I'm all in. Spirit's going to be like, cool, let's go. Let's ride. It's going to be quick moving, okay? It's not going to move the way your ego thinks it should move, because that's just not how this whole thing works, unfortunately. And trust me, I'm out here doing this in real time, all right? I'm not even going to lie. I have $100 in the bank, okay? So if you're wondering what it looks like to surrender, I just moved to LA from a small town. I basically hitchhiked here, because I don't drive, with my cat. I didn't know where I was going to stay the first night. I found the ride the morning of. I'm just not even kidding. I came down here with $200 with no contacts, and I'm in God's hands, y'all. And you know what? It's scary, But I'm also, I know I've been around the block enough times, I've been doing this for long enough to know that this is when miracles happen. When you go all in. Go back and watch any big person who made it. They're going to tell you I was bankrupt. I was about to get evicted. I had gone all in. I'd given everything away. I was just about to freak out when I got the call. You know what I mean? Was just about to feel defeated when the money came in. This is the moment we're in. I'm doing it in real time. I don't always go around shouting about it because it's honestly, it's humbling. But I'm here to show you that I know what it looks like to be humbled by spirit. I know what it looks like to go all in with spirit. I know what it looks like to give up everything and follow spirit, even into the unknown, even into unknowns that I never thought I would be in, even into unknowns that I didn't technically want. Although now that I'm here, I am enjoying it. So go all in on your dreams, okay? And stop making excuses because some of us are already out here doing it, okay? Financial ruin or not, I'm here. I'm God's servant. And I don't get paid for this. Like I said, I just get on here and share because this is my job. I work for God now. I trust that God is going to provide for me because I'm full-time working for God. And look, I know it'll be a lot easier for people to listen to all this and have faith in it when I get where I'm going, but part of my job is to show you what it looks like on the way. That's what I came here to do. Is it fun? Sometimes. Yeah, it can be fun. But other times it's super duper humbling. Okay, so just know that you're not the only one being asked to sacrifice. And it is bringing out the best in me. And I do feel like a fucking badass warrior. And I've never felt sexier or more alive or more playful or more free. And you know what? Money can't buy that shit. And that's the thing. When money comes now, I'm going to know what to do with it. And I'm going to feel like I earned it and I deserve it. And we all deserve everything we're given. But I'm just saying it's going to be different. And sometimes we need to be put upside down to shift our perspective so that when we step into what we really want, we're ready. And we're not fucking around anymore, all right? If you're still fucking around with your foot in one camp of something that isn't serving you and you know it, it's time to walk away and choose the thing that you know is for you, even though it's scary. It's fucking terrifying to move somewhere without any money, without any contacts. This is the kind of shit I did when I was like 17. I'm 41 in a month. And here I am. If I can do it, you can do it, all right? And again, if you want to book or donate, please do. sacredmuseproject.com. I'm really fucking good at what I do. And I'm just getting settled again where I'm ready to take on clients. It's been a rocky couple months, y'all. My dad died back in April and then I ended up moving. It's been a lot of chaos, but I'm just starting to feel grounded and yeah. So go jump off the cliff. Again, follow me if you don't already. And if you want to book or donate, go to sacredmuseproject.com and please don't get scammed because there are definitely people pretending to be me who are reaching out and telling some sob story and giving fake links. And there are links to donate and please do, but just go through my website so that you know you're not getting scammed because scammers be scamming, y'all. All right. I love you. I'll see you next time.